My name is Karen Grieve, and I am with the Bayfield School in Bayfield, Wisconsin. And I have been coming to Island School for about 25 years. The Bayfield School has been coming to Island School for, I think, probably nearly 30.
My name's Sandy Rogo, and I'm from the Minocqua school system. It's called MJ1 school system. And I've been bringing my students for over 15 years. I really don't know the exact number of years, but 16, 17, something like that.
My name is TJ McKenzie. I'm from MHLT Middle School in Minocqua, Wisconsin. And I've been coming on this trip, bringing students for 12 or 13 years.
And so why do you keep on coming back year after year to Island School?
I think the biggest reason is because it's the island. We get to bring kids to a place that almost nobody else gets to do. They don't get to come here. And when I start hearing from kids that came here several years ago, former students of mine, they never talk about anything else about their kindergarten through 8th grade years. They talk about Stockton Island.
So what changes do you see in your students after Island School?
Well, I see them connect with students here that they typically may not at school in their classes, that they connect with kids they wouldn't gravitate to maybe on a daily basis. And I love that. And the games they play, they're really having fun here with other students. So I see them coming back as more accepting of others, for one. And I hope, and we don't get to see that much at school, but I hope that they have a greater respect for their environment and appreciation for the future of it.
After all these years, why do you keep bringing your students back to Island School?
Because I love the collaboration between the Park Service and Northland College and the school, and I feel very strongly about kids getting out into the natural world and connecting to each other and connecting to their backyard and their place of history and home, and connecting with each other.
It feels like I feel like embracing the outdoor life, like nature, the birds, the waves, all of that.
I see like having to be outside and sleeping in a tent and not having heat or anything, like not being used to all of that. It's let me know that you're okay with doing that stuff and that you won't die without your phone.
Kind of nervous on what to expect, but once you get here and you get used to the weather, it's a lot of fun.
Where I hunt, there's swamps and bogs, and I like just being by them, I guess. Like, it's pretty cool learning about them.
I think my favorite part of Island School would be being able to teach the kids about the outdoors and really getting to know some of them. I feel like a lot of kids take the environment in the outdoors for granted, and they don't necessarily notice and observe a lot of things. And I think Island School gives the children an opportunity to really do so. And I think all of us instructors and park rangers and professors working together really create an atmosphere and an environment capable of those things.
Just being amid the trees or next to the water, it's very calming and it helps focus. I really like being able to play in the sand while I'm listening to lessons. That's pretty much all I do anytime we're on the beach. If someone's talking, I'm playing with the sand and building sand castles. And like, I've seen the kids do that, but if you ask them later what we were talking about when they were building their sandcastle, they can answer you. They know what's going on. So I think, yeah, the outdoors is just like a release that allows you to focus and still learn a lot. And there's so much cool stuff out here to learn about.
One of my biggest takeaways is that just how necessary this kind of education is. I don't know what these kids look like in a traditional classroom and how much you can observe the knowledge that's retained in their brains in that environment, but I can tell being out here how much these students are able to observe the world around them, and they're not only learning the facts of the plants that we find in the bog or how to identify a certain tree for tea making, but they're learning so much more about relationships between each other and the relationships of them and the world around them. And I think that's super huge, and I feel like I knew that before, but it's definitely, this experience has concreted that, really cemented that.
If you could use one word or phrase to describe Island School, what would it be?
Amazing, probably. Interesting.
I don't think anyone can necessarily foresee the impacts that Island School will create.
Let's learn the fun way.
The one word that I would use to describe Island School is immersion.
One would be tough. It's fantastic. I don't even know. Unbelievable. You know, it's I don't know, it's heaven, you know. So it's great. We love it. We've it's hard to put it in one word or one little phrase. I mean, it's hard to explain to people that haven't been here. Once we get here, you kind of set yourself to what we call island time, and you adjust your priorities and I don't know, get back to what's really important.